to today's episode of Focus. My name is Hannah Pennant, and I'll be your host for today. The Woodside Drama Program offers a unique opportunity to its students every year, the ability to write and produce their own play. When we come back, we'll be interviewing two of the student directors.
Just to answer one text.
Information has been provided that on average, 23% of auto crashes involve cellular phones. That's a result of 1.3 million auto crashes per year. Drivers are 23% more likely to get into an accident while texting and driving. There are many other causes of distracted driving: grooming one's hair, applying makeup, reading a road map or a book, or even talking on the phone. 18% of fatalities are from distracted drivers. In 2013, the Virginia State Police have cited 328 drivers for texting-related offenses. Wait to text.
Hi, my name is Barbara Smith, and I'm with the Newport News Public Schools Department of Transportation. At the bus stop, students should stand away from the road in an orderly fashion and always be mindful of other people's property. While on the school bus, students should always behave, keeping their hands, heads, and any other objects inside the bus so as not to distract the driver from keeping their eyes on the road. Motorists must stop for a school bus and remain stopped until the bus's lights are off and begins to move again. Here at Transportation, our number one objective is the safety of the children.
Our first guest for today, Leroy Green III, wrote a comedic retelling of the first scenes of Romeo and Juliet. How are you doing today, Leroy?
I'm doing hilarious, if that's an adjective.
Okay, so what made you choose to adapt Shakespeare?
I got dumped, Hannah. That's the heart of this whole thing. See, I was going to do a comedic play originally because I tried to do a serious one, but they kept turning out to be comedic, so I was like, just go all the way. Then I got dumped, and why I was dumped was so hilarious, I thought I was going to make a play about it and get rich.
Okay. Why did you choose only the first few scenes?
It was about Shakespeare and Romeo and Juliet, and I didn't read the whole thing, and there's like a lot of pages, so I took the first scenes that I remembered that I thought was really stupid that you can make fun of.
Okay, and what was the most difficult part of the writing process?
I think I try to incorporate the scenes with what happened in the breakup.
Yeah. Because
in a way, Romeo and Juliet kind of broke up. But I wasn't going to die for nobody. Best believe. So
I respect that.
When I tried to write it and other people wrote it, I was like, dang, that's so messed up. But I wanted to like shout out, that really happened, people. But I couldn't. So that part was a little difficult.
Do you have any memorable stories from the production process?
Yeah. There was one part when my manager, Mr. Klutz, came to me on the opening night, on the second night, and he told me that there was vocabulary within the play that was not appropriate. But the entire time during rehearsal, I've been saying it all out loud, and like Mr. Boyles, the magnet director, he looked at me saying it, the administrator looked at me saying it, but for some reason, opening night, when I said it in front of family members, it was like we couldn't say it. So substituting the word last minute was very humorous.
And if you could change anything about how the production went, what would you change?
I would probably change inviting the person that broke up with me to the thing, because when I invited her, that was before I picked a topic what to write about. But when it was done, I forgot, wait, would she come? And she was there. And she understood that those weren't jokes at all.
Well, thank you, Leroy.
No problem.
When we come back, we'll be interviewing the director of a more dramatic play. Stay tuned.
Serving the community can have a big impact on society. Everyone loves when someone takes time out of their day to spend time, either just hanging out or helping out. There are many different people to serve, from kids to the elderly, the homeless to your next door neighbor. And the best part about serving is that it spreads. So take time to serve someone else, to serve your community, and to do your part.
What's wrong?
I can't tie my shoes.
Do you need help?
Yes. Huh, not again.
What's wrong?
I can't tie my shoe.
You can do it if you try.
I can.
Of course you can.
Here with me now, we have May Hu, the director of a tragic love story told after the fact. Welcome to the show, May.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm all right, you?
I'm good. Now, in your own words, can you tell us what your play is about?
Well, so it opens up and it's a police officer coming to this woman's house, and they find the woman dead. And so they're trying to find out, like, why the woman's dead, and in the process they find, like, her diary. And, they find her diary. And so basically it's, like, the telling of her life through her diary. And, like, it's, like, telling her story of, like, her and her husband and how they met and everything like that. And so it just, like, goes through her life. And then eventually you find out that he's, like, this huge jerk and, like, he just, like, left her out of nowhere and all kinds of craziness happens.
And remind us again what the name of the show is?
It was called Memoriam.
Memoriam? And why did you choose that name?
It's actually the Latin word for, like, anything that has to do with memories.
And why did you choose to write a dramatic play?
Well, not a lot of people get my humor, so it was either, like, comedy or drama, so I picked drama.
So I was told that you chose the pre-show music. Were any of the songs significant to your one act?
Most of them actually did apply to my one act, but there was this one song, Tell Her You Love Her by Echo Smith. It was the song that actually opened up my one act. Like, it went dark in the middle of the song and everything. And that was actually the song that my one act was based off of, because it's like, it's one of those songs where, like, the first time you hear it, it's like, oh, that's so cute, like, sweet, like, you know, goals. But then you, like, listen to it and it's like, wait, no, this is actually super sad and everything. So, like, that's kind of the vibe that I wanted my one act to have, and yeah.
Okay. What was the hardest part of directing your play?
Well, one of my main characters, like the guy that played him, didn't show up the second night of the one act, so we kind of had to throw a script at somebody else and be like, hey, I need you to memorize these lines, because, like, mine was first and everything, so that was pretty stressful.
And what was the best part?
It was actually, I remember when we were in rehearsal, and because it was Jacob Kanzler and Shirley Pagan that played like the two leads, like the husband and the wife, and like there was this like super adorable moment where they were like supposed to, you know, be kind of out of it, and they started like slow dancing, and like that was just like really cool because it was just super cute and like, yeah.
Well, thank you for talking with us today, May.
Thank you.
That's all the time that we have for today. Tune in next time for another special episode of Focus.